Ava, are you planning on coming to my wedding? With a face like that?
Just like always, you're coming back to be rude to me even more. I do plan on going to your wedding. And congratulations on getting proposed to. You are family to me now, so it's pretty obvious that I'd be going to see your wedding. And I was the one that showed you the location of where you're planning to hold your wedding, right?
And so what? And the only reason you showed me the wedding hall to have a wedding is because you do a business with that place. So stop trying to act all cool about doing that when it was nothing more than you helping them make more money.
I'm not trying to get some sort of praise from you or anything. I was just stating that I know where the wedding will occur. And another thing, at the moment I'm the one that's paying for your wedding until you have the money to pay me back, right? So just with that alone, I'd love it if you could thank me or something.
And I told you I will pay you back, so don't worry. Others will be giving me money as gifts for my wedding, so just wait until I get all of that. And for the savings I have right now, they need to be used for other purposes, so I can't repay you with that.
And have you told Drew about that yet? Drew told me that your husband would be the one to pay for things like that, but that's all a lie, right?
I'm not lying about anything. I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't worried about anything regarding me. That's just what I want Drew thinking for a little while, so don't do anything unnecessary that could make him think otherwise.
Anything unnecessary? Him and I are married now, Evelyn. I understand that this whole event is for our family and we wouldn't want to make any issues, but I'm still not fully sure whether you're up to something else behind all of our backs right now.
Well, Ava, you're a pretty ugly woman.
Wait, what?
Do you think that it's okay for someone who's ugly to come to my wedding? I want to make sure that my whole wedding is 100% perfect for all my guests. And if someone with the looks of you came into it, then the whole event would be ruined.
How much longer are you going to keep making such rude comments about my face being less than ideal for you? I guess I can expect that sort of stuff to continue from you, though. Do you tell Drew about all the things you say to me? Have you told him that you're not inviting his wife to the wedding because she's ugly?
If I said that to him, I'd be hurting his feelings, so I'll never tell him that. Of course, telling him the truth would be a lot easier.
You should never say something like that, though. If you're worried about hurting someone's feelings with the things you say, then why do you keep making rude comments about me? Up to now, you have hurt my feelings plenty of times.
Well, because you've helped out with my wedding and planning it out, I'm thankful. But because of your less than beautiful looks, I want you to stay away from it.
You are being awful right now, Evelyn. You can stop trying to tell me to stay away, alright? Go and tell your brother all these sorts of things and see what he says.
I tried warning you plenty of times not to come, Ava, but you never heeded any of them. And you probably just thought that I was bluffing. If this has helped you understand that you're an ugly and depressing woman, then get up and go home.
I've had enough. You are worse than I thought. You pushed me into that fountain at the wedding reception all because you hate the looks of your brother's wife for no good reason. That right there has pushed me to my limits with you.
And I told you that all ugly people were to stay out of my wedding. Hurry up and go away. You're dripping wet now, and I don't want you causing any slip hazards for my invited guests.
I can see that you think you're all that because it's your wedding day and you want me to be gone. But do you understand just how regretful you're going to be because of all that you've done to me?
Regretful? I'll never regret a thing about today. All I did just then was help get rid of an ugly duckling. Everyone knows that I was in the right for doing that.
Well, if you're so confident in that, then that's great for you. I can see now that no matter what I try and say to you, you're never going to actually think about it. I'm giving up on you now, you old, hopeless hag!
Excuse me? Why are you being so rude to me now?
Because after all this time I'd been so considerate of you when you've been rude to me. You are my brother's older sister after all, and I tried my best to just ignore all the hateful things that have come out of your mouth. But I seriously cannot handle you anymore.
Well, I've been trying my best with you.
How?
I've actually never really thought of you as part of my family, even after marrying my brother. And because you came into my wedding today without considering the consequences, I had to push you into the fountain. There's no way that someone dripping wet would be allowed to stay here, so hurry up and go.
Then I will go.
See ya! Never, you gross loser!
Going as far as you have has really shown me your true colors. But since you still can't seem to realize the consequences of all this, then I'm just going to shut up and leave. But don't you ever forget that this wedding hall was all put together with the help of the company I work for.
Huh? And what does that have to do with anything?
You'll know soon enough.
Hey, Ava. Can you reply to me, please? Right now they're saying that this whole wedding is being cancelled and have started to clean up.
Well, that would happen. I told them to cancel it before I left.
Huh? What the heck are you talking about, Ava? If you let them keep doing this, then my whole wedding is going to be over.
And that's just too bad, right? But if you think about what you've done to me, it's only natural. You cared way too much about your little brother's feelings, and to make sure that your wedding that you haven't even paid for yet was perfect, you pushed me, the one paying for it, into that fountain. None of what you'd been doing was okay.
Hold on a second. There's no way you can just cancel my wedding while it's still going on, right? Right now my husband is pissed.
Is that so? I'm sure he would be when he has no clue as to why this is all happening yet. But I have nothing to do with the aftermath of all this, so don't bother me with it.
You can't just run away from this.
Well, I am a stranger to you, right? You told me that you don't regard me as family. And for a while now, I had been worried a lot about Drew. But I can no longer think of you as being family to me.
Come back here.
What?
Please, come back here so that we can all avoid being embarrassed. So please come back. If we can't get this wedding back on the road, then I'll be in hot water. Hurry up and get back here. Explain all of this to my husband for me.
I'm going to just ignore that very selfish request of yours, okay?
Huh? Why?
Also, as for the money you had asked me to give you to pay for that wedding, I'd like all $50,000 of it back very soon from you.
What? Huh?
That's what it cost for your wedding and all that came with it. And you asked me to pay for it at first, and that you'd repay the $50,000 to me after the wedding. So give it all back to me right now. I want it. And now that your wedding has been canceled, you have to pay the cancellation fees as well. I'm not going to be the one to pay those fees, but I still want my money back now. And I will not let you run away from me.
There's no way I can give you all of that money right now. Are you being serious with me?
Why wouldn't I be, you filthy grandma?
Huh?
You had no right calling me ugly and pushing me into that fountain when you had to borrow money from me to have the whole wedding. I've really been thinking about what could have been wrong with your head. But anyway, I want that money now.
But I don't have that kind of money on me right now. And also having my wedding cancelled on me is not okay. I had finally made it into my wedding day, and now it's all being ruined.
You must have forgot all the strings I had to pull to allow your wedding to be held here. I mean, if you knew that and still pushed me into the fountain, then you must seriously need some mental help.
I knew about all of that. Why would I have ever forgotten about something like that? But I thought that that would have had nothing to do with me. I can thank you for getting me this beautiful place to have my wedding and all, but I never thought you could easily cancel the wedding on me as well. I just never thought that you'd actually do something so horrible to me.
Well, it had to happen after you decided to get me drenched while in my dress. I'd stop trying to make excuses for all of that now, okay? You should know by now that this is all due to you, right?
I'm tired of texting you about this, so just come back here, please. If you want me to apologize for what happened, I'll apologize. Really, what do you want to happen after all of this?
Huh? What do I want to happen?
I'm just asking that you come back here and make things right for me so that we can continue the wedding, right? So you can stop acting like a crybaby and come back here. I'll apologize if that's what you're wanting.
You are actually brain dead, you hag.
Huh? Brain dead? Don't you think you're going too far?
Even though you're the one that's been taking it too far for a while now? Calling me ugly and a loser all the time has driven me up the wall. If you have the time to be calling me names all day long, then maybe you had the time to rethink what you were doing and make a change for the better. Your wedding is canceled, you pile of garbage.
You don't have to tell me things like that, right? What are you trying to say that I did? What's wrong with me calling you ugly all the time?
Well, then never ask me for money again. And don't bother with me handling your wedding for you anymore. I don't want to be around people that think it's okay to call others ugly. All you've done is made me feel as though I've wasted a lot of my time and money now. And I don't want that kind of relation with you anymore. So give me back my money and let your wedding be canceled.
Are you really that upset with me?
Oh, come on now! You forget that you pushed me into a fountain full of cold water? It'd be scary if you did manage to forget that so easily. Not only that, but you also have been calling me ugly forever now. And you made that your reason for kicking me out of the wedding. But seriously, you pushing me into that fountain because of my looks was the last straw for me. I'm not going to ever forgive you for that, and things between you and I are over. I am not coming back to your demolished wedding. I've already told everyone there that the wedding is canceled, and they got into work on taking it all down. And I plan to tell my husband everything about what happened between you and I.
Wait. What do you mean you plan to tell him everything? What the heck do you plan on telling him?
I'll tell him about how you pushed me into the water and then kicked me out of your wedding? And of course about all the other things you've said to me. I didn't want to tell him about us before either because, like you, I didn't want him worrying about us. You also told me to never tell him anything, and had you just let me be at your wedding, I never would have planned on telling him. But now things have changed, and I've had enough! After this, I'm cutting ties with you! Isn't that just fantastic for you?
That's not fantastic at all. And about my brother, he wouldn't stop talking about you any time he was around me. It was disgusting, and he was supposed to be my precious little brother, but you stole him from me.
But there is a limit to how far you can take that hate you had stored up for me.
I know that. I can see now that what I did was not right. You could say that I was just getting frustrated is all. I was hoping that at some point you'd leave my brother because of me.
We are married now, but all you could think of was having us divorce? I'm sorry, but him and I have never thought about divorce. But now that you've said that about us, I'm going to leave you for good. Is that okay with you?
But if you leave me now, then what will happen to my wedding?
Well, it'll stay canceled, won't it? You'll have to start from step one again and look for a new place to have your wedding at. But if you give me all my money back, I might rethink things.
That's screwed up, Ava. You and I are family, right? Don't you think you can cut that sort of crap with me since we're pretty much sisters? You're supposed to love and help your family, right?
I'm starting to feel that you have some sort of short-term memory loss that's at the bottom of all this. I'm sorry, but I cannot be asked with you anymore. I just don't get what is going on in that head of yours, and I don't want to anymore. So go right ahead and say whatever you'd like about me. I've told your husband now that your wedding is permanently canceled. And this might be the end of your marriage to him now as well.
Don't say those terrible things. Don't just throw me away. If my wedding really does end up being canceled today, I'll be causing a lot of problems for my parents, right? Are you happy letting those problems affect my parents?
I'm not happy about it, but I've already explained what happened to them as well.
Huh?
There were some people that watched you push me into the fountain. And your parents have already apologized to me for that. And after talking with Drew, he agrees that the both of us should cut ties with you for good.
You told Drew already? How much further are you planning to take all of this?
I'm not taking this any farther than you already have. You're the one that started all of this, and you're the one that brought it all to this point. This is great, right? You'll never have to see your ugly sister-in-law again. I'm glad about this myself. I'm finally able to say goodbye to one of the most heartless and gross women I've ever had the misfortune of calling family. Now, have a wonderful life with your husband. In the end, the wedding was officially canceled and taken apart. Evelyn's husband ended up being furious, and she was forced to apologize to both him and all of his family members that had traveled to see the wedding. And it seems that now, even their marriage is on the line. Drew was in shock over what his sister had done, and after talking with his parents about what to do about her, they all agreed to cut ties to her. Also, the money that Evelyn still had to repay Ava and the cost of the dress that she ruined by pushing her into the water were both to be paid in a settlement that Ava made. But Evelyn had been thrown out by everyone, and she tried her hardest to apologize to Ava. However, Ava ended up blocking her and told her lawyer to make sure that money was repaid before the end of the month.
Yo, old lady Kelsey, when the hell are you going to leave my brother? You're old as a rock now and still haven't given him any kids. Do you understand that you're the one holding my brother back from being a real man? I don't like to see him hanging on to such spoiled trash, so please either give him some kids, which might be impossible for you, or get lost. Heidi, again with all of this, I told you this before. The two of us are not going to get a divorce. And when it comes to having kids, the way you talk about it is rude. I'm very sure that if things like having kids or not were a big deal to him, he would have made that a lot clearer to me before we'd gotten married. I feel so bad for my brother, though. He had to marry someone as defective as you. If he'd just gone with someone half his age, he would be better off and happy. But all he has now is a grandma that doesn't do anything besides work all day. Hey, do you not realize how rude you're being to me? I know you've been against me for a while, but we're both adults here and should keep to ourselves if we don't want anything to do with the other rather than start something. And by the way, when it comes to having kids, the one who you should be having a problem with isn't me, but rather your older brother. We've told everyone in the family now that we are still going through infertility treatments, right? Is that how you're going to pass off your problems? There's no way that my brother has problems making kids. It's always been the woman that has the issues, right? And I'm sure that this is all due to you being old and worn out now. That is not the problem here, though. I get that you don't want to accept reality because you're so in love with your brother, but being this rude and aggressive towards me needs to end. Huh? And don't say that kind of nasty stuff. What does me loving my brother have to do with you being a defect? I'm not having problems accepting reality either. You're not? Because right now it seems like you've made a world of your own to escape the truth of this world. I feel that you're getting the wrong idea here, so I'll tell you straight. Even though you're married to my brother, you'll always be an outsider. I never thought of you as my family, and I never will. So stop trying to act like you're so close to me when you aren't. All right, I get that. But I am still married to your brother, and he and I are family and plan to grow it. So I'd rather you not talk bad about us and be nice. Huh? Shut up. You're gross. Are you saying all of this because you're that old? I'm sorry, but you're never going to have a family with my brother. You call me old and all that, but I'm still in my early 30s. I don't think this is the correct age for you to be calling me a grandma or anything close to that. Well, I'm in my early 20s. And to me, a woman that's only just gotten married in her 30s is garbage, right? How the hell did you even get my brother to start liking you? When he saw that I was working very hard in my career, he fell in love with me and told me just that. Of course, I did spend a lot of my younger years working, but now that I have him in my life, I'm a very happy woman. And of course you are. Who wouldn't be happy being married to my brother? But the fact that you got to marry him without ever getting my permission first? The only reason you're upset is because you've somehow chosen to hate me. Even your parents like me more than you do. But you are the only one in the family that seems to have something out for me. I remember when your brother had first brought me over saying I was his girlfriend. You were so cold to me and never spoke a word to me. So you're going to blame me for hating you because you don't understand your own problems? If you were an actual decent woman, I'd be all right with you. Well, it doesn't matter what you go on about anyway, as I don't have the attention span to listen to an old hag. Is that so? All right then. I've always been aware of you hating me, but recently you've really gone and made it clear to me. Is this all because I'm married to your brother now? Huh? And that has nothing to do with this. I guess I just feel that after I get married, you're only going to get worse around me, acting like you know everything. So that's why right now I'm trying to prevent you from being a pain in my butt. I knew it. I am not trying to do anything bad over here. I just wanted to be married to your brother and start a wonderful family with him. So you really don't have to worry about me heckling you all the time because I have my family to focus on. You talking like you're my older sister is really freaking annoying. The only person that I see as my sibling is my brother. I'll never accept you as my sister-in-law, okay? I know that already. If you keep saying that over and over to me, you're really going to piss me off, so please stop. Well, that's what I want to happen, actually. Awesome, I'm finally starting to dig deeper into you. Well, if you're getting annoyed with me, don't you think it's a good time to leave my brother? You hate having a little sister like me, right? I'm not getting a divorce over something like that. I guess no matter what I tell you, it's useless. Well, go ahead and do as you please.
Good work today, Kelsey. As for the next meeting that's been planned for everyone within the company, we are going to move forward with what's on the schedule. If you have anything to say about it, please let me know.
All right, thank you. I think continuing things the way they are is okay. And this time, your cousin will be there as well, right? So please don't feel as though you need to ask me before going ahead with the plans.
Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope that this will really improve everyone within the company.
Right now I'm having a look at everyone coming to the meeting. This Fred Sanders is your cousin, correct? I need to make sure to go greet him myself.
And that would make myself and Fred very happy. Fred respects you very much, and that's why he would really like to work a long time within your company.
No, that's great to hear and all, but he has to bring the right tools to the table and show me that he's willing to work.
Of course! But you said it yourself that you're wanting to take some time and be back home with your family, correct? Back when you drank a bit at that party.
Well, that's the truth, actually. But for the time being, it'll be a distant hope of mine. Just know that I'm not going to be stepping down from my position.
That's great to hear. I know it's a troubling task to have to balance both work and home. And I'm still wondering if you've become more distant from your sister-in-law. I heard that things between you two have been rough.
Well, about that. She's planning to get married soon. But if I were to come to her wedding, she'd definitely cut ties with me. Well, her parents and my husband don't really mind that happening, though, and actually I think it'd be a good thing for us.
Huh? She's getting married now? I never thought someone with her personality would ever be able to land a man willing to tie the knot with her.
Actually, I was thinking the same thing. Crazy that there's someone in this world that actually likes her back. When she introduced him to the family, she spoke to me with such a terrible tone. But somehow that didn't seem to faze him at all.
That's wild. But the fact that he's willing to marry her is a great thing, and I'm thankful for that. She'll finally have something to keep her busy, like making a family with him. And that'll be the perfect time for you both to cut ties.
Right? And now that we're talking about it, there's something funny I've noticed. Regarding the people on this list, there is someone here that has the same name as her fiancé.
What? Are you sure? There's no way that could be a coincidence, right? Who is it?
A man by the name of Josh Flesher? I'm sure that it's just someone who happens to have the same name.
No, I think there's a real chance he is her fiancé. What will you do? If he is the real man.
Well, if that's actually the case, then I'll have a good laugh at first.
Well, it would be pretty funny if he's actually going to be marrying her. I want to believe it. Their relationship being in close proximity to you would really be a game changer.
Sure would be. Well, I'll let you know if that's really him and what happens after. Make sure to hope for it, though.
Will do. I'll be going now.
Have a good day, and thank you. What? Have you really come to my wedding? What the hell do you think you're doing? I never even asked for you to be at this wedding. You can say that, but I'm still your family. And I'm not here today, though, to shove that in your face. In terms of why I'm actually here, it's only to see the wedding, and that's it. Do you not understand English or something? Why would I ever invite you to my wedding when you're just some old hag? For what reason did you really come today, Grandma? There's no seat for you here, so get out, please.
Hey, Heidi. I think I've had enough of you. You and I are done.
Huh? What are you talking about? Have you finally gone off the deep end, you rotten apple?
This is your husband, Josh. And I have come to see my CEO and speak with her. And while I was talking with her, you happened to send her some very inappropriate messages. And my CEO, Kelsey, was kind enough to show them all to me.
Huh? Wait, what are you saying? Is this really you, Josh? Why would you be using my sister-in-law's cell phone right now?
After seeing what you've been saying to her, I asked to borrow her phone so that I could speak with you. And from what I've seen come out of your deranged head, I want you to come and apologize to her right now.
Huh? And I have no idea what's going on right now. Can you tell me what's actually going on right now? Heidi, this is me again. I just got my phone back from Josh. I'll be explaining everything to you now. What the hell are you talking about? Why are you and Josh acting like you know one another so well? Well, the company that Josh was accepted into happens to be the company that I run. Huh? You're kidding me, right? Wait, you've been a CEO? For real? And it makes sense that you're only learning about that now. Back when I'd gone to your parents' house to introduce myself and tell you all my career, you spilled hot tea all over my lap and then ran off. And you were never then able to hear about who I am and what I do. Well, I'm sure that something like that happened a while back. Wait, you haven't actually been showing Josh everything I've sent to you, right? Oh, I have been. Right now he's standing next to me, looking like a ghost after all he's read. I've heard from him that you talked all sorts of trash about me before to him and that you planned on cutting ties to me after the wedding, right? I did. Well, don't worry, because that's what I'm planning to do as well. So hey, let's cut all ties right now. I feel that at the point we're at now, that's really the only option. Well, that's fine by me. But that also means you'll be divorcing my brother right now, right? Nope. I've been having a wonderful time being your brother's wife. We would never think of splitting up just to please his bratty little sister. Really, we're just going to be cutting ties with you. Huh? I'm not okay with that now, actually. I meant that you leave my whole family when I said I'd cut ties with you. But in your case, you'll be out of your family's house once you're married. The only one getting kicked out of the family will be you, right? Why would I? Shut up, you old outsider. You really can't stop talking. Well, don't worry, because I've thought about that as well. If you're going to keep trying to stay around my family, then I'm going to cut ties with your husband as well and fire him from the company. Huh? Wait. Why? That has nothing to do with us, right? Oh, it has a whole lot to do with us. Your husband is going to be working for me. You wouldn't want that, right? That and this are two completely separate topics, though. Josh is so happy to have a job there right now. He is going to have a really good salary there, and I'll be able to become his housewife soon as well. Our marriage will be perfect as long as he has that job. That sounds too good to be true, don't you think? I'd really want to cut ties with me, but you also want your husband to work for me? But if he continues to work there for you, you'll one day give him your role and he'll get the company, right? So I think we can stay a family for a little while longer. What? Who do you think you are? You've told me so many times that you hate me. And after the amount of times I've had to deal with you, why would I ever make your husband the next CEO, allowing you to have a wonderful life? I get it. I don't want things to get out of hand. You're more than welcome to be at the wedding today, but just make sure to make Josh the next CEO. Hold on, what are you talking about, Heidi? You're asking for him to be the next CEO when I'm considering having him fired right now? You know that after this, you and I will never see one another again. So you should be happy that I'm covering all my bases. But that's taking things way too far. What did Josh ever do to deserve this? He married someone like you, is what he did. He doesn't seem to be smart enough to choose a good wife for himself. Do you think you can live a happy life married to him after this? There's no way you can do that. There's always the possibility that if you were to divorce Josh and come to me right now asking for forgiveness on your hands and knees, I let him keep his job. But just a second ago, you made it seem pretty clear that you would be fine without me around. Well, it doesn't matter now because I've already made up my mind to cut ties with you. So I don't care what happens to you both. You're kidding me, right? I was so happy to finally have the chance to be a housewife. Oh, my life is going to be ruined. Well, that's all thanks to your horrific attitude. Right now, Josh is pretty furious with you. I think by the way he's talking about you, your marriage to him won't last much longer. Your time is fleeting away very quickly, so you'd better get to work on changing your personality and making things right with him. After that, Josh was like a ticking time bomb ready to blow at any moment, and he called for Heidi to come and see him. And just as she walked up to him, he punched her square in the face, and things have become a whole lot more severe. This wasn't any small punch either, and it ended up giving her an instant black eye, and she was on the ground cold for a minute at least. And before Josh could do anything else, there were men that rushed to restrain him and keep him from doing any more harm to himself or her. The police were called to the wedding, where they ended up taking the both of them into custody as they needed to question the both of them on what had been going on inside their heads. And following this, their marriage went down the drain in no time. Of course, everyone in the family was also fed up with Heidi, and as she sat there playing the victim and asking for help, they all left and cut ties with her. But I'm sure that she'll be getting the help she needs in no time while she's in court having to fight Josh over what had happened to her and what had caused him to do such a thing. You can really only call this justice served after the way her ego got the best of her and made her say and do terrible things to Kelsey. And I'm sure that wherever Kelsey is now and whatever she's doing at this point, she'll be laughing for days to come about how Heidi ended up laying flat on the ground after all she'd done. Let's just all hope that she'll never have to see Heidi again, and that wherever Heidi's poor choices lead her, they don't lead her right back to Kelsey.